Brooklyn Independent Television.
You may know the name, but do you know the history of Humboldt? This street was actually named for Alexander von Humboldt, a naturalist, anthropologist, and explorer who Charles Darwin himself declared was the greatest scientific traveler who ever lived. With 21 individual spaces for independent retailers, free Wi-Fi, a cobblestone courtyard, and benches to lounge on, trust me, this is not your typical mini mall. It's time for you to check out the Loom. Trying to get everybody out and take advantage of what Brooklyn has to offer. I guess just sort of in a nutshell, could you just tell our friends here at home what exactly the Loom is?
A shopping mall that was created in a neighborhood which is starting to grow. If you go through the shops, you'll see it's entrepreneurs, everybody has their own uniqueness to it. People were working like for months to set it up. Every day they would bring like something else to it.
You know, what was the need, I guess, or the drive between, you know, deciding to bring this endeavor, this ambitious endeavor, to this Bushwick neighborhood?
As the neighborhood grew, it gentrified, and there was a real lack of amenities and shops. So the developer and owner of the building, Joseph Hoffman, decided that it's time to come in and provide something which is going to serve the neighborhood. His outline and outlook was to rent it, even if it would be lower rents, to something that would serve the spirit and need of the neighborhood.
How has the neighborhood reacted to the presence?
Every day there's new people coming in and they're like, wow, this is like a gem over here that we didn't know, and this is what we're looking for. And they start leaning off like having to travel for things to shop, and they realize that whatever they're looking is here and it's perfect. Like the embrace of this place it's very well received.
By you being a native New Yorker and even being from Williamsburg, you've seen the change, I guess, of Williamsburg and of Bushwick. You know, where do you feel Bushwick will be a year from now, 5 years from now?
Me seeing what happened to Williamsburg, I was there when it was desolated. It's ahead of the time when Williamsburg started adding the amenities. And every shop that opens up over here, if it's done right, is doing very well, because there's a real need. And there's more of a reluctance because of the economy, so it takes longer for the amenities to come in. So it's something that is doing very well. With being a neighborhood that was burned down not too long ago, and seeing what's happening to it is really exciting.
What are some of the shops, vendors, and/or services that are available here currently at the Loom?
The Loom has like a very interesting variety and mix of shops, from a deli, grocery, cafe, to a moped shop, the only one in New York State. Isengard is the first thing when you come in. Then you have the grocery deli. There's a Chabad Center, the handmade co-op, which is better than jam. And there's Brooklyn Vintage, which is vintage furniture. You have the Brooklyn Yarn Cafe. You have the yoga studio. The owner invested in it as well. And you have a laundromat.
I mean, like, all these things under one roof. That's pretty amazing. Where does the name The Loom originate or come from?
The Loom name comes from, it was a knitting factory, so they took the name of the Loom. That's what they named the building.
Okay. Now, I also understand that the owner has actually turned down some opportunities with certain leaseholders, you know, i.e. McDonald's, or, you know, what's up with that?
He had great offers. I witnessed some of them, and there was a big gym, there was a laundromat that was going to come and take over half of the floor. Joseph was looking for something that's going to fit the community, going to make people happy.
So it's not just about the money when it comes to this building, is what you're saying?
It's, you know, there's so much work that went into this building, and, you know, when you see something you worked on, it's finally becoming what you hoped for. You want to proceed in that direction and not ruined by just for a good offer or...
For somebody to make a courageous decision like that and saying, you know, I had this vision years ago, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna make this happen, and to not lose focus of that vision because now the dollars start coming in, there's the opportunity to have that, but staying focused on what the original mission was is very commendable.
Okay, so this is the courtyard, which is used for the residential and the commercial as well. There's a lot of great events happening over here. There's free Wi-Fi, so it's a special spot.
Free Wi-Fi, huge open courtyard for everybody to use, and there's residents upstairs and everything's downstairs. All right.
Okay, and here we have the Loom Studios. It offers a full schedule of yoga dance. And then on this side we have, it's called the Loom mat, which does, it's a laundromat and they do organic washing material. So,
wow. Well, now what's going on here?
Okay, and over here we have a moped shop. It's called Moped Zen.
Everybody I know that's trying to find a moped is always like going
come to Loom Studio.
Classifieds and all. And you have a person you can talk to and they do repairs.
Here we have the Brooklyn Yarn Cafe. They have yarn, they sell yarn, they do free yarn workshops, and they also have delicious food.
Well, it's two businesses in one, basically. What I did, we have a full cafe business, and we also have a full yarn store. People can come and learn how to knit for free or crochet. We also have some embroidery classes and sewing classes. Every week you can keep learning to get advanced to your technique, and those are absolutely free. Or they can come and have a full meal. We serve breakfast all day here. We have 3 meals a day. We also have a desserts that we make everything here.
And you have a vintage shop that's just opening? Okay.
This is Brooklyn Vintage.
When you live in Brooklyn, it's always about finding those nice choice sort of little accents or pieces of furniture.
And you can do it for a great price as well. Okay, and here we have a store. It's called Better Than Jam. It's a handmade co-op, different artists, different fashion designers. They just they collaborate together in this spot. So here we have the Chabad Center. It's a religious outreach, and they welcome everybody. They have great food and the Sabbaths. We call it the Deli and General Store.
The Deli and General Store.
They do like a poker every Thursday, and there's a scoreboard for whoever has the top score on the game. So it's like a little community going on in here.
The Loom is definitely a place that you want to check out. You may even want to call it home, but at the very least, please come out and support.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.